Shalom, my friend. You are sitting there with a heart full of conflict and a bank account that is a reflection of your father's struggle rather than your own potential. And you are wondering why you are constantly hitting an invisible glass ceiling while you watch men with half your talent walk into the rooms of the global elite. You think your financial struggle is a matter of bad timing or the economy, but I am telling you right now that you are suffering from a genetic debt. You are a mental midget when it comes to the laws of spiritual inheritance, and you are failing because you are more loyal to your parents' poverty than you are to your own destiny. I am Rabbi Boaz, the Torah Life Strategist, and today I am going to stop being nice to you. I am going to strip away the sentimental lies that are keeping you broke and reveal the law of inherited poverty. In the Torah, we learn that the iniquities of the fathers can follow the children to the third and fourth generation. Most people think this is about sin. I am telling you it is about frequency. If your parents were poor, they didn't just leave you no money. They left you a poverty infection in your DNA. They programmed your subconscious to believe that struggle is holy and that wealth is greedy. You are walking through life like a high-performance engine that is being throttled by a governor installed by your ancestors. Today, we are going to perform a genetic exorcism. I am going to reveal the 3 specific things you must stop doing immediately if you are the first person in your bloodline with the chance to be rich. If you continue these behaviors, I don't care how many hours you work or how many wealth rituals you perform. You will eventually sabotage yourself to stay at the level of your family. The universe is waiting for a pioneer, but you are acting like a preservationist of your family's misery. We are going to perform a total audit of your bloodline loyalty. By the end of this video, which you must watch until the very last second, if you have any desire to break the chain, you will know how to seal your vessel and stop the genetic leak from draining your anointing. Let us begin with the concept of Maaseh Avot Siman Lebanim. The actions of the fathers are a sign for the children. In Kabbalah, we understand that we are not just individuals, we are vessels in a long chain of ancestry. If your ancestors lived in survival mode, your nervous system is currently wired for scarcity. You are literally allergic to large sums of money because your DNA views wealth as a threat to your tribal belonging. The first thing you must stop doing immediately is matching the frequency of their misery. I see you. You go home for dinner, or you pick up the phone, and you listen to your parents complain about the bills, the cost of gas, and how the world is out to get them. And what do? You nod. You agree. You say, I know, it's tough for me too. You are sympathy draining your own mazal. In the spiritual realm, agreement is a contract. When you agree with their poverty logic, you are signing a legal document in the heavenly court that says, I belong in the pit with them. You are downloading their virus every single time you participate in their lack-based conversations. You think you are being a good son or a good daughter. You are being a spiritual suicide. Honoring your parents does not mean sharing their disease. If your father has a cold, do you sneeze just to make him feel better? Of course not. Then why are you acting broke just to make them feel comfortable? You need to become frequency independent. You need to move from genetic compliance to kingdom dominion. The second thing you must stop doing, and this is the one that is stunting your growth through active sabotage, is consulting the oracle of lack. I am talking about asking your poor parents for advice on your business, your investments, or your future. This is the definition of retarded behavior. Why would you ask a person who has never seen $1 million how to make $1 million? You are asking a blind man for directions to the palace. They will tell you to be realistic, get a stable job, and don't take risks. Their advice is not wisdom, it is fear wrapped in love. They want to keep you safe in the dungeon because they are terrified of the unknown world of the palace. By asking for their opinion, you are giving them veto power over your anointing. You are allowing the ghost of their failure to sit on your board of directors. Every time you listen to their small-minded warnings, you are dimming your light to match their shadow. Stop asking them, "What do you think?" when you should be telling them, "This is what I am doing." You are a king. A king does not ask the peasants for a strategy. You need to understand that we are approaching the 10-minute mark of this intense intervention, and I can see some of you are already looking for the skip button because the truth about your family is too heavy for your small shoulders. You are a vessel problem. You are more loyal to a parasite than you are to your own destiny. You think your bloodline is an excuse for your failure. It is not. It is your assignment. This is why you must get the Mazal Reconstruction. This ebook is my digital manual for the chosen one who is tired of being the genetic donor for their family's lack. It is the only system that teaches you exactly how to identify the hidden ancestral leaks in your life and how to build a spiritual surge protector around your anointing. If you fix your wallet but keep your poverty-infected parents as your primary advisors, you are still going to be broke. You need a total systemic reconstruction of your architecture. If you are serious about this, if you are done being a wannabe who is satisfied with the crumbs of your father's table, you need to go to the link in the description right now and get the Mazal Reconstruction. Use this video to cut the immediate genetic drain, but use the ebook to build the fortress. If you don't get the book, you are essentially telling the universe that you are happy being a bloodline slave and that you prefer the struggle over the mastery. Don't be that guy. Get the Reconstruction Manual now. Now, let us move to the third thing you must stop doing immediately: financial transparency with the broke. Stop telling your parents, your siblings, or your extended family exactly how much you make. This is a violation of the law of the hidden seed. In Kabbalah, we are taught that Berachah, blessing, only rests on that which is hidden from the eye. When you tell a person who is struggling with money that you just made $100,000, you are not inspiring them. You are infecting them with envy, ayin hara. Their subconscious mind will immediately project a narrow light onto you. They will start thinking about how you should help them, how you have it easy, and how you've changed. This collective resentment acts as a spiritual audit on your account. You are inviting the accuser to check your files because you brag to people who don't share your frequency. Your parents, even if they love you, cannot help but view your wealth through the lens of their own regret. When you tell them your numbers, you are forcing them to confront their own life of not enough. That friction creates a spiritual knot in your mazal. You will notice that every time you share a big financial win with your family, an unexpected expense hits you the next week. The car breaks down, the client backs out, or the tax bill arrives. This is not bad luck. This is the transfer of lack. You touched their poverty with your wealth, and the poverty colonized your win. You must practice strategic concealment. Be a ghost in your own family when it comes to your resources. Let them see your generosity, but never let them see your vault. If they know the size of the harvest, they will come with a sickle. If they only know the fruit, they will come with a thank you. Be the hidden source. Reconstruct your boundaries of speech. This is the reality of your situation. You are a chosen one who is acting like a genetic servant. You are trying to carry the weight of the tribe on your back before you have even built your own throne. You are a high-voltage current trying to run through the rusted wires of your family tree. The wire is going to melt, and your life is going to go dark. You need to upgrade your spiritual wiring. This is why you must audit every single biological attachment in your life. If you are sharing your energy with genetic saboteurs, you are leaking your future into the dirt. The law of separation is a requirement for the billionaire breakthrough. You must be ruthless with your boundaries. You must realize that family is a biological fact, but inner circle is a strategic choice. If you don't choose, the genetic parasites will choose for you. They will occupy your time, drain your energy, and steal your mazal until you are as broke and miserable as they are. And then they will finally love you because you are no longer a threat to their ego. Do you want their love or do you want the gold? You cannot have both if their love is based on your mediocrity. A billionaire understands that his anointing is his primary asset. He doesn't allow uninsulated wires to touch the power plant. You, on the other hand, are inviting short circuits into your life every single day because you are afraid of being called disloyal. I'm telling you right now, billionaires are always called disloyal by the people who wanted to use them. Disloyalty is the word small people use for high standards. Be disloyal to poverty. Be disloyal to the struggle. Be holy. Holiness means separation. If you are accessible to every genetic leak, you are vulnerable to every poverty infection. Your family loyalty is the reason your financial doors are closing. The gates of heaven see that you are mixed with the unrefined, so the refined wealth stays locked away. You want the treasures of darkness? You must be a vessel of light. And light does not mix with darkness. It displaces it. You need to stop being a spiritual donor who gives their anointing to every genetic vampire who asks for it. You need to build a wall. You need to reconstruct your boundaries. This is the only way to double your income in the next 12 months. You need to stop the genetic leak before you ask for the divine flow. But you are too afraid of the next family gathering. You are too busy being a good nephew to be a great strategist. I am telling you right now, if you are too busy to protect your anointing, you are too busy to be rich. A billionaire is never too busy to protect his vessel. He understands that his spiritual frequency is the only thing he truly owns. Everything else is just numbers on a screen. If the frequency is hijacked, the numbers will eventually follow the downward trend. Let's talk about the physics of the eye in the family. If you show your prosperity to people who are hungry and jealous, you are inviting the ayin hara, the evil eye, to touch your destiny. This is why many successful Jewish families have a tradition of hidden wealth. It is not about tax evasion, it is about energy management. When you flash your new contract or your new car to your broke relatives to make them proud, you are actually infecting your own blessing with their resentment. You are cursing your own triumph. A strategist celebrates in silence. He celebrates with his vetted circle. He understands that the sacrament of success is a private conversation between him and the Creator. You, however, are turning your life into a public performance for people who are secretly waiting for the intermission so they can talk about your flaws. You are trading your mazal for social dopamine. It is a terrible trade. You are a mental midget if you think the validation of the tribe is worth the leakage of your anointing. Stop posting your wins. Stop bragging to your siblings. Reconstruct your sanctuary of silence. This is the reality of your situation. You are a chosen one who is acting like a commoner. You are blending in with the masses, listening to their poverty music, and hanging out with mazal poisoners. You are a high-voltage current trying to run through a clogged, broken pipe. The pipe is going to burst. You need to upgrade your spiritual plumbing. This is why you must audit every single biological attachment in your life. If you are sharing your energy with genetic saboteurs, you are leaking your future into the dirt. The law of separation is a requirement for the billionaire breakthrough. After you clean your bathroom and fix your kitchen, you must turn your attention to the altar of the family. You must slay the anchor, exorcise the competitor, and sever the spy. When you do this, your atmosphere will become pure. Your mind will become sharp. Your edge will return. And when you have an edge, you can cut through the noise of the marketplace and find the gold that is hidden from the masses. I will give you the treasures of darkness. This is the promise for the one who has a closed vessel. But an exposed vessel can only hold evaporating wealth. You don't want temporary money that comes with family drama and spiritual theft. You want generational wealth that comes with peace and authority. This is why I am telling you to get the Mazal reconstruction right now. This is your chance to touch the whole. This manual is a high-frequency object. Reading it will begin to overwrite the poverty programming in your brain that says, "But they're family." It will give you the tactical SOPs to handle your home, your business, and your genetic circle like a billionaire strategist. If you are too cheap to invest in the blueprint of your own soul, then get off my channel. I only have time for the lions. I only have time for the men who are ready to rule. The link is in the description. Buy the ebook. Reconstruct your Mazal. This is my hard and aggressive final call to action for this video. You have two choices today. You can keep your genetic anchors, your genetic competitors, and your spiritual spies, and you can continue to leak your Mazal until it completely consumes your potential and your future. Or you can take the sword of separation. You can clear the debris from your social circle, you can fix your genetic plumbing, and you can build a dynasty that lasts for 100 years and blesses 70 generations. The financial miracle you have been praying for is not going to drop from the sky. It is going to flow through the sanctuary you build. If the sanctuary is infiltrated, the energy becomes parasitic. If the sanctuary is sealed, the energy becomes exponential. Stop sharing your sacred fire with the genetic cold. Stop sharing your high-value plans with low-value blood. Start acting like a man who is destined to own the mountain. The Mazal reconstruction is the only truth that matters in this chaotic, parasitic market. It is the surge protector for your soul. It is the filter for your energy. It is the roadmap to the palace. If you leave this video without taking action, you are confirming to the universe that you are a lost cause. You are confirming that you prefer the leaky plumbing of your current struggle. Don't be that man. Be the man who fixes the leak and builds the empire. Be the man who understands that his anointing is a gift from the Creator that must be guarded with his life. Every billionaire I know has a ritual of exclusion. They don't touch low-value blood when it comes to strategy. They don't touch low-value information. They are high-value because they only incorporate high-value things. This is the secret. It's not about how hard you work. It's about what you vibrate with. If you vibrate with the family drama, you will always be an actor in the drama. If you vibrate with the prophetic strategy, you will eventually rule the strategy. But you cannot vibrate with the palace while your mind is full of genetic resentment and your soul is full of relative insecurity. Clear the circle, perform the extraction, reclaim your plans, and for the love of the Creator, get the blueprint. The poverty infection is aggressive, and it enters through the blood link. The reconstruction is more powerful, and it enters through the soul choice. You have been warned. You have been instructed. Now, do you have the will to act? Or are you just another mental midget who likes to watch wealth videos while his genetic parasites are eating his lunch? I think I know the answer, but I want you to prove me wrong. Go to the comments and write, "I am the master of my circle." Then go to the link and get the book. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Now get to work and stop leaking your Mazal to the broken. Shalom. My friend, the time for sentimentalism is a luxury you can no longer afford if you want to avoid the financial judgment that is coming for the unprepared. You think that by staying small, You are being humble toward your parents. You are not. You are being lazy. You are refusing the burden of ascension. In the Torah, Joseph had to be sold into slavery by his brothers just so he could eventually save them. He had to be separated from the family frequency so he could rule the Egyptian economy. If Joseph had stayed in the tent with his brothers, agreeing with their jealousy and their small thinking, the whole world would have perished in the famine. You are the Joseph of your family. Your separation is not hate, it is love. You must become the storehouse of the Shefa so that when the famine comes, you are the one with the grain. But you can't build a storehouse in a tent. You need a palace. You need a fortress. You need a reconstruction. Stop playing small to make small people feel big. It is a crime against your own soul. Every billionaire I have ever advised understands this one thing. Their life is an architectural project. They don't leave their wealth to chance. They leave it to law. The law of genetic debt is real, but it is not eternal. You can pay off the debt by becoming the exception. You can sever the link by becoming anointed, but the anointing only rests on a whole vessel. If your vessel is cracked by family guilt, the anointing will spill on the floor. Take the hammer of truth and break the altar of poverty in your home today. Build a new altar, one of order, silence, and elite strategy. The world is getting darker, and the genetic slaves are going to be crushed by the new economy. Do not be a casualty of your own pity. Reclaim your bloodline. Reclaim your gold. Reconstruct your mazal. This is my final, aggressive call to you. Get the manual. Clean the circle. Rule the future. Shalom. You are currently standing at a crossroads. One path leads back to the comfortable misery of your ancestors, where everyone is equal in their lack and everyone is nice while they drown. The other path is steep, lonely, and magnificent. It is the path of the strategist. It is the path of the man who understands that blood gives you life, but choice gives you destiny. If you are still watching, you are either a lion or a glutton for punishment. Prove you are a lion. Go to the link. Buy the Mazal Reconstruction. This is the hard sell because your life is a hard reality. If you are too cheap to invest $50 in the blueprint of your soul, then you deserve the poverty that is coming for you. Stop being a mental midget. Stop managing your life like a beggar. Get the book and fix your genetic plumbing before the whole building falls down. I only want to talk to winners. I only want to see you at the top. Get the book. Reconstruct the mazal. Now get to work. Shalom.